sup, new log. I'm just gonna start a log because earlier I wanted to vlog, though it got paused or postponed, or that vlog I started got stopped with the intention of getting more into what I wanted to get into before now, sort of thing, like scheduled for later, and getting around to it now, sort of thing. But anyway, it was about hypnosis and using autosuggestion as a way to hack the mind, basically. So, like, I guess a cyber shamanistic way of looking at auto hypnosis. It was like when your mind gets interrupted in terms of like a pattern interrupting, then you drift off into like the freeness that is trance, and you wanna then take advantage of that, evolutionarily speaking, I guess, by making use of auto hypnosis. So something that comes to mind is this book called Hypnotherapy, I believe it was called, and in that book they put it really simply, like a way to basically look at autosuggestion optimally in a hypnotherapeutic way. It's whenever you change state as a human being, so when you go from one state to another, in whatever way you think that applies, like it probably does. And so at each change point, if you want to say that, from state to state, that is an opportunity to introduce an autosuggestion into your conscious awareness that is going to be quite effective because of the psychological state that occurs between trance, I mean, shifts in conscious points or states rather. And so you can take advantage of that heightened suggestibility, I believe, is posited to be in those states of transitions, the transitional states of psychology, I suppose, psychological transition states, perhaps, if you will. And so, by introducing autosuggestions that align with your goals and long term endeavors, you can introduce new patterns of thought into your mind that consolidate beliefs. Because basically, I think that autosuggestion is about instilling beliefs into your brain, basically, in a conscious way, in a metacognizant way, in a self reflective, human being type way. Hypnotiz, not a thing wrong, just hip hop all day long. It's all hypnotherapy, bro, honestly. Nah, but VNZ.xyz, it's in the cloud. Be there software, hashtag light. Though, yeah, so I think an easy way to look at it is like, you wanna look at auto suggestions like, say you were to use, I guess, a information security analogy. Say you're like a hacker, but like, you know, how mainstream media views hackers. And imagine you're using, like, for example, this is what I wanted to cover in this vlog as well. Like, the notion of affirmations, so basically asking why and then using the affirmation technique, like the presupposition within the affirmation that you want to be so. So, like, why am I so wealthy? Why am I so rich? Why am I so emotionally intelligent and healthy? Things like that. And the reason why I think that works is probably because you're asking a question to embed a suggestion, so that basically is like the hypnotherapeutic tactic of disabling or bypassing the conscious analytical critical mind, so you can interface directly with your subconscious, which is more receptive and basically determines your behavior in a much more direct way than perhaps your conscious does. Your awareness, your conscious awareness, rather than the unconscious awareness or subliminal mind. And basically, you can look at affirmations like SQL injections, basically. Like, you want to SQL inject an auto suggestion into your mind. And so you just like ask a why question to bypass um, the mind. And it's sort of like NLP is like an advancement, sort of technologically, upon hypnotherapy, because it's like boiling things down to the actual factual parts of the process in terms of gaining an understanding of those processes that, you know, you're studying the mechanisms of in that context. I believe also, I think, you know, basically I wonder about positive autosuggestion and negative autosuggestion, because I have been thinking along philosophical lines, as I, you know, typically do, about negativity and good and greatness. So I had this definition for greatness. I was wondering what was so, like, if this was so, like, greatness is the amount of good things attributed to a good thing or object. And so if there's enough good things about that object, or if that person, for example, has enough good properties or qualities, then perhaps that person is a great person. There may be like some kind of threshold, but suppose that's the case, then you can maybe infer that negativity is also on that continuum of good. And so maybe the good is so sparse in negativity it's actually bad, and you can regard that as bad. And energetically that may be like a low vibration, barely there but there, and so observable and able to be discussed. And I guess I'll just throw in here as well, since I'm vlogging, like linguistics, like maybe all language is good because rational discourse is good as well, and those two things combined allow for people to thoughtfully discuss things through intellectually and benefit from things like negotiation, communication, persuasion, and relationship building, for example, I feel like. So basically, yeah, I'll just end that vlog there. Um, it has been fun. Perhaps I'll vlog similar. Check out my X that's linked in my profile if you want to, or my Insta, or my websites, my BeyondZ website or Big Pond website, beyondz.xyz or bigpond.xyz. And yeah, I think my Snapchat's on there, maybe my chess as well, who knows. I can find out, but maybe you can check it out if you want. Peace.